Om Shanti. Good morning. Today we came with a topic positive parenting. It looks very strange. A celibate sister living in an ashram, and when she is talking about parenting, we are almost leading a sage-like life, and we believe in whole world as a family, and we all believe in brothers and sisters type of feeling. And then I'm talking about parenting. It looks really, really strange. Well, let me make you very clear why we choose this topic. I'm not going to talk from the perspective of a parent for children. After coming in, um, after coming in connection with brahmakumaris, I find one beautiful relation with parents. I find knowledge about parents. So I'm going to talk about the perspective of a child. A child, what a child think about their parent. Well, in Brahmakumaris, we come to know that we have different parents according to our different identities. One parent who gave us birth of this body. So they are called our Lokik parents. Each and every soul, each and every person have their own parents. Different means everybody have their individual parent. One is God, the parent, and all the souls all together in the world, they have same parent, God. And from that perspective, we say we are brothers and sisters. And the third is the one who help us to understand this spiritual knowledge, our alokik parent, the one who helped me to become, to understand the rebirth of the soul, that I am a new person, unchanged person, who initiated this change in my life. So those are my alokik parents. So basically, if I meditate, if I am working on the new lifestyle of Raj Yogi, I have three parents. Well, so such a lucky child to be being taken care by three parents. Well, when I came in connection with Brahma Kumaris, I came to know a beautiful relation with God. Earlier, actually, it was known that God is my parent, God is my father, mother. But I never understood that. I never find it working in my life. Usually, when we come in connection with God, usually the thing which was dwelling in my mind was a master and slave sort of relation. A deity, a god, and a devotee sort of relation. Parental relation with a soul, with Almighty, is absolutely a new concept to feel. When God became our parent, how He helped me to find uniqueness in me. What is godly parenting? How a child feel secure, loved, and growing, progressive when God becomes parent. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm going to say what I felt when I find God as my parent. There is something in this world Like slowly, with passage of time, we find that we have become trapped in relationships. We find that we become uh, like nobody in this world is helping me. Being a parent is almost like a blessing. It completes the family, it increases responsibility, but somewhere, somehow, it has become a liability with passage of time. We have started accounting expectations and services. Why this blessing has become an accountability method. When God becomes parent, God help me to see beauty in this world. God help me to find worth of my life. Although I was young, although I was a kid, but He allowed me to understand what I can do when I grow up. Although He helped me to enjoy my childhood, but then also I was allowed to think big, even when I was young. This is called mindful parenting. I'm going to show you a slide of mindful parenting. It's a simple cartoon, but this simple sketch is going to tell you many things. Mindful parenting, how there are two pictures, mother and son, and one bigger. In first picture, mother is saying, if you don't study well, you'll end like him. You will end up like him. So if you don't study well, you'll become a beggar in your life. In the same way, in the other hand, in the other picture, the other mother says, if you study well, you will be able to build a better world for him. I just want to say, in first picture, mother is actually insulting the beggar. At the same time, she is insulting her son. And the third thing she's doing, she is showing negative part of world to his child. And in second picture, mother is showing beauty of this world. Mother is showing that you can do very big if you study well. So the the words written down, you are not just parenting, but programming. The program that you install will run in your child throughout his life. Don't install a virus. Every parent has their own effect on their children. How you allow them to grow. How I'm showing them this world, it is very important. You can do it. You will do it. I am with you. Although you can make a better world for people. This is your duty. What is required from you? The first and foremost thing which I find relation between child and parent was communication. God communicate with his children every day, every time. There are different methods of communication. Meditation is one of them. Spiritual knowledge, the Murli which we study, it is one of them. So I find in that communication with God that God helped me, God gives me the history of my family, which is very important. I come to know from which clan I belong to, who were my ancestors, and how great they were. What was my financial status earlier? What was uh, health status earlier? And how, with one generation to another, things are changing. So we witness all the changes which has happened before my birth. I find this very good for this eternal parenting. I think this can work in our Lokik parenting also. Children are children. When I came very new to organization, even I remember when I was very young, a child, I used to see aeroplane and I used to tell my father, I want this, can you bring it for me? And he used to say, yes, tomorrow. So when a child is there, child can have different type of thoughts. It is important for parents to supply him the information of their own house, own family, own clan. What is your history? What was the struggle? What were the uniquenesses? And how everybody came up till this position? So you are not that individual that you are shaping your own life. Basically, you are proceeding a chain which was already started earlier. And you have to proceed in this chain ahead. Second thing, which I find with God, when He communicates me, He shows the beauty around. He shows my capacities. He shows little bit of efforts. You do this, and you can do this. If you do this today, you will do this for this world. If you meditate for a few moments, you generate good energy. This energy will help this world. So a young child can think big to change the world. And this is how we shape a global citizen. Instead of just fulfilling physical requirements, educating our children, or making them aware of good manners, it is important to inspire them to become a self-sufficient, good person. The goal and target in life, aim and objective, usually parents give to children, like my Lokik parents also used to give me, be a doctor or something or so. God gave me a very positive aim and objective. Being a better person every day. Feeling proud of your own life. Not to do anything which you need to hide. So this helped me to feel compete with me. Being a parent, we need to keep this, nourish this idea of competition in our children. But how? Not like competition, Sharmaji's child or Varmaji's child. No. Competition, compete with yourself. Are you able to grow? Are you able to move on? Are you able to find yourself better? Can you feel proud of your life? How many marks you will give to yourself when you are calm and quiet? Being a parent, when we look towards our child, thirdly, and very important, sometimes we feel, I am their fortune maker. Sometimes we feel bossy. Sometimes we feel almost like not just caretaker, but fortune maker. And God, who is really a fortune maker, who is the fortune maker, bestower of fortune, God allow us to grow with our uniqueness. God educate me. He educate me to feel better. He educate me to being progressive. He helped me. He allowed me to understand goods and bads. And then he wait. What is my choice? Then he educates me again what type of choices we should keep. What type of choices going to end in which direction? But he never imposed his choices on me. Sometimes I find in our families, parents impose their choices on children. And then that is that moment. From then onwards, that parenting becomes a liability. Children start rejecting parents. When we shape a life, always remember, we are not shaping a person in my life. We are shaping a person who will have his own life, who will have his own world, who will have a new world. So the important factor come here, respect, loveful respect. When I come to know that he or she is my child, my son or daughter, and because you are young, you should listen what I am saying. That's good. But there are many small kids better than their parents. In some um, I'm sorry, in some field, they are going in excellence. Well, they are going in their excellence. There is a whole team behind, their family behind that. But these individuals are special. In the same way, we need to understand speciality of each soul, not just my children, with everybody. All of us are part of this big eternal drama. Apart from me, rest all are my co-actors. He or she is my co-actor, playing the role of my son or daughter. Say, for example, if Shah Rukh Khan playing the role of Amitabh Bachchan's son, that doesn't mean that Amitabh Bachchan has an authority to do anything. No. He will have the respect of actor, and then he will play his role best. This balance leads for a better mindful parenting. The place where we lose this balance, from there we start friction in our life. We start getting parenting as liability, children as sometimes competitor, sometimes not my expectations not fulfilled, sometimes just my job, I'm doing my job, and finally I'm not happy. Everything is for my happiness, my peace. So although I get a role of parent to somebody, although I get a role of children to somebody, it is important to keep the respect of actor, because every soul is unique. When God becomes parent, God loves us. And that factor, I think every parent loves their children very, very much, more than their capacity, more than they try to give their children more than what they get. While giving all these things, they start getting some expectations also. They push their limit to provide everything to their children, which all this pushing your limits and providing things, Children are not in the state of mind that moment to understand your renunciation, your efforts, and later children forget it. Important is to keep the wisdom on. Instead of doing everything for my child, it is important to let them do and keep their wisdom on. If they shut their wisdom and you will help them do everything, one day will come, they find somebody all the time for their some to switch on their wisdom. They won't be able to think by themselves. God, help us to keep my wisdom on. Sometimes it is very important to be witness. The day our children walk very first time, that time we need to be witness. They walk, they fall down, they roll down, they get hurt, they cry. We take them, we help them, and then again we allow them to walk again. We leave them to walk again. And this is how they become independent. So it is for for a mindful parenting, how I think, how God helped me to grow. It is important to understand inside, I am nurturing my child or I am nurturing a global citizen. These two things are going to decide your behavior. Which is choice you are taking right now? It is going to decide your behavior, in which direction you will lead your children. So think and rethink. You are nurturing your children or you are nurturing future citizens. Next important thing, there are some delicate balances in parenting. These delicate balances are many important, beautiful things like love and law, like uh, freedom and responsibilities. We will discuss all these balances next week. So we will proceed with the same topic next week again. For here, we will close this session now. Om Shanti.